Hello there. This is Cookies. I've got turn 53. This turn's going to be pretty calm and pretty fast. We had a lot of big battles last turn, so I'll try to get through this. Um, let's see. So we've got an assassination. So I've got my assassin here, slave collar for the patience and morale, swiftness boots, and a GSS. Just killing a little Furball Druid happens to have an Alquill. Okay. In terms of battles here, I don't think there's anything big. This is that same She-Lord party with the two Frost brands, and then the other one with the LLP. And, oh, I guess because there's darkness here, it could be kind of cool to watch this. It's also got the Vine Shield and the Frost brand. So the Imps are going to do extremely well in darkness, because the barbarians get big stat penalties. So they're kind of getting strung out. They're not really getting the mass they need to harass down elves. Alright. So that was kind of cool. We do move on to Lapintha. There's nothing there, though. Sorry. Oh, that's not Lapintha. So this is what my little army looks like. Let's see. So let's see. In Baral, oh, we do get one sort of. This is like that medium commitment rating force. It moves into the Olmish army here. This is a high commitment Olmish army. And the reason why is all these mages with all this gear and equipment. So we've got supply items, we have high death, high earth, even a high nature mage, and some high water warrior smiths. And all the magic that Sarmatio's brought is this one Smasher Thug, warrior sorceress. And Olm's even brought some air magic. So you can see here we've got a squad of steel maidens and then a big double line here, and then steel warriors in the back. We've got bodyguards on the mages. Mages are spread out. So right off the bat, we get Grip of Winter, Howl, and Relief. The Cataphracts get distracted, but the Oreopata are going to move in. We can see here a lot of Petrify has come out. So the Petrify forces these Oreopata to pass an MR check, where they just die after a few rounds if they don't get killed through their 20 protection from being turned to stone. We see a lot of Breath of the Dragon. We see Incinerate, Falling Frost. A lot of big evocations coming out of this army, in addition to their globals. I think we've also got some buffs coming out. Trying to figure out what they are, though. Looks like Weapons of Sharpness. A couple of resists. Not sure what else is currently coming out. So a little bit of friendly fire there, but Ulm does clear up this army. Loses some stuff, but I mean it's all pretty replaceable stuff. Whereas Sarmatia lost a fair number of sacreds here. Alright, then got some Kilasa Thug raids. Couple of Frostbrand thugs from TNN raid us. McLin goes ahead and takes a province off Macone with a raiding party. We can take a quick look at that. So some Sacreds, a few Storm Demons, some Long Dead, and this mage with a bunch of fire gems, and this mage. I'll call this maybe on the low end of a medium commitment, mostly from the Storm Demons. Then we've got a Lanka Vampire raid. Hinnom sending in a Melkart. We can watch their buff script really quick. So this Melkart, after being buffed, it's Shock Trident, Ring of Regen, Armor of Knights, and Boots of the Messenger. It's very hard, and still has 10 chakras. And in Deep Forest, we've got TNN going after Muspelheim, a little elf raiding party. No gear on the elf. Now, to continue attacking Muspelheim here, so we see a couple of raids here and here. These are very deep raids, because we've already pushed the TNN team back onto their own little island. So this raid makes complete sense from if you're going to do deep raiding, but this is like super deep raiding. This is, I want to call it a vengeful raiding, going this far into the Macone team. We do see Ulm sieging the Sarmatia fort. And then... Okay, and then we see this Micklin raiding party going here. The Micklin army just took this fort here. And we see the Lanka raid locking down this Situs fort. Additionally... yeah, I think we're starting to get pretty good control here. We have a line of Hinnom stuff, a line of Kaelasa stuff. We'll see if all my commanders get assassinated by the Banshee mages that TNN can recruit. Let me see if I can pull those up. So here they are, they're assassins. Glamour 2 mages, so they can do illusory army. Very cheap, scary assassins. And then up here, I'm upgrading this fort for Kaelasa, because it'll allow him to get mages and also witches. All right, so I'll go ahead and bring up turn 54. All right, so I've got turn 54 pulled up here. We do have a dire portent. I'll take a look at those. So we've got Mother Oak, Forge of the Ancients, Eyes of God, Earthblood Deepwell. In terms of the team we're fighting, Earthblood Deepwell on Zabalba. And I think that's the only one we have to worry about. Oh, and Eyes of God by So trying to get rid of those. Meanwhile, Ulm's team has Riches from Beneath, and the Femoria Agartha team has Well of Misery, Forge of the Ancients, Mother Oak. Lanka's team has Blood Vortex. So all we've got is Eternal Pyre. Now, in terms of the combat for this round, you see a fair number of raids come out and hit Kaelasa. So it looks like an illusory army hitting his army. Alright, so we clear that. We do lose 4 Angiri doing it. In the Bulwark, another illusory army raid. This is on our throne, so a few more normal troops here. We lose 1 Bandar swordsman, that's fine. And in Ostmark, another illusory army raid. Okay. And we lose 1 Yavana there. So they kill a few of our sacreds, but overall that was just a lot of glamour gems spent. Then we've got McCone going after Lanka. So this is his Dominion Immortal hero. Has a flambeau for Holy Fire, which does 3 times versus undead. Also just does a lot of armor piercing damage on the flambeau, and also gives access to the Holy Pyre spell, which also has 3 times damage versus undead. Additionally has a few death gems, Flask of Holy Water, so he's already blessed, so you don't have to waste a scripting slot on blessing. Amulet of Resilience for a lot of reinvig, Boots of the Messenger. So we're looking at 10 reinvigoration on 2 encumbrance. An Iron Face for a lot of protection, and a Bright Mail Hauberk for even more reinvigoration and some hit points and decent protection. Now that means the body protection is still pretty good. Yeah, 28. Yeah, because of the iron skin. So just out of the box, a lot of good stuff on this guy, including regen. And that's from their Incarnate. And then they've also got some resists and air shield. He's going to put up Phoenix Pyre. Now, in terms of what's here, we have the Vampire Lord Thug. Got Soul Vortex. Soul Vortex isn't going to do anything against Long Dead. Temper Flash, Personal Flight. Whoops. Let me see. Alright. Now, a Fire Shield would be really good here, but he does end up sniping the Vampire Lord. Oh, I think, did I forget to watch some stuff? Okay, so he does that, and then we have some more magic phases. Muspelheim with this Ring of the Warrior goes after 1 PD. Clearing up, trying to catch these TNN raiders. And another Muspelheim Frostbrand Thug ends up finding the She-Lord Thugs. So can he survive the LLP Imps and the 3 Frostbrand? He does have 5 cold resist, which should help. Alright, and they end up killing him. And none of them die, although 1 did get wounded. Affected by the heat cloud, I guess? Interesting. That's a lot of damage to take from a heat cloud. Alright, and we do have another little set of battles. We do not lose all of our commanders to assassins, so we're going to stay on the move. Kailasa going after TNN. So we've got these 2 thugs, just killing 1 PD. Tianchi going after a single independent heavy infantry and losing 6 heavy footmen to it. My curiosity now, I'm assuming it's all friendly fire, but... Oh, they're running across mushrooms. Okay. And then, let's see. So Ur's going after Hinam, trying to raid back onto the middle of the map. Another longbow with hunters and Urguard and a couple of Masushu. Going up against one PD. So they break back onto Klon. TNN raids Kaelasa. The two Frostbrand thugs. Okay. Let's see. We go ahead and raid into here. We lose a couple of Kooni, I think, to like Hedoras. Not a big deal. Kaelasa attacks Zabalba, kills one PD. Attacks Zabalba. Maybe this is a little pinging for us, or their move orders got confused. TNN attacks Hinam with 4 She-Lords. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. So it looks like a new group. More Frostbrands. All 4 of them are Frostbrands. Okay. In Kasevik Highlands, we've got Lanka going after Makone. So we've got a Raksharaja and a Yogini going up against a little bit of PD. So a little bit of Skelly spam here. Always a little scary when the archers target your mage, though. And then for our last battle, we have Roos attacking Marverni. This looks like the main army. We've got the son of Fenrir again, named FedEx. 2 Alkanos this time. A couple of diseased mages. Wonder if there's a disease site nearby. This is a hero, so we have a Nature 3 hero. This is a Thunder Priest. And then we've got the Son of Fenrir here, and a Perkinu. Okay. For events, we get PD in the province we just raided, so that's nice. We get 10 fire gems. We get that temple we talked about. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and raid here. I like this option because it gives me 3 different options. It allows me to go into their underground. It allows me to raid north and fork these 3 forts. Or it allows me the option to threaten Ur's capital. And then I went ahead and left a Kooni on Lepentha. We can see TNN and raiding back onto the mainland. So, and this is interrupting Hinam's line of reinforcement from here down. So we might need some Kaelasa troops to come in and kind of like help out and set the front line again. Additionally, we see some TNN raiding, so they raid onto our Well of Pestilence. And other than that, not a heck of a lot going on. This fort upgraded, so we're gonna, I think our first relinquish isn't gonna happen. There's no allied commander here to receive. He would have to magic phase onto it to get it. So it'll probably actually relinquish next turn. But other than that, another pretty light turn. we can see the chaos happening in the Muspel Macone region between the TNN raids, the Baratos Lanka invasion, them trying to counter raid and get a handle on things. We've got Mictlan diving deep into their lands. And we're starting to lose track of it. And then we've got the Ulm putting this fort under siege and cracking it, so they might take this fort off of Sarmatia. And they've already taken a fair amount of land, including like this land bridge here, which is a farmland. Additionally, we've got Macone. They've moved on to the Spiritus Fort, so they know about this Bloodkeep. So these guys would be a lot cooler if they didn't have the homesickness. Homesickness is a brutal tag because of it constantly lowers your HP. Yeah, so I don't know. Like these guys would be cool if you could actually recruit them and run around with them because they're already entirely too expensive for what they are. Sure, it's Berserker 5, so they get up to 22 protection. They hit really hard at like 24 and still have a shield with armor. But they're also only 16 HP. They're going to have 9 defense once they berserk. They're homesick. You can never move them around. They're 40 gold, which means they're 32 gold of upkeep. Like, it's a site that wants to be cool, but no one's ever going to recruit these things, I feel like. So it's okay, you get a Blood Slave. And then there's the Blood Marble Mausoleum, which gives a Death Gem. But I think other than that, the cool part is you get a Citadel. So that is nice in EA. But the other guys, I don't know, they're not that useful. All right. We can see a fair amount of raiding and counter raiding happening here still. And yeah. Additionally, okay, and this is important. All of my gems are getting sent off to Kailasa. Or maybe that was last turn. And the reason why is we're planning to put up Arcane Nexus. So Hinnom also sent all of his gems to Kailasa. And we're going to do an 800 cast, which is the highest that Kailasa's Pretender can do. And we'll see how that goes for us. Maybe it's 21 players. It should be very easy for them to organize a big dispel if they can coordinate enough. So it's certainly not impregnable. It's a 650 overcast. So on the dispel, you would want, because the base cost for a dispel is 30. So you'd probably want about 720 on the dispel to have the biggest shot of dispelling it, I believe. So, and when we were thinking about that, we realized that has a very high astral Pretender. And that's because they took an Ethereal Bless. So when I get here, I'm also going to think about veering south towards and we're going to go see if we can force that Pretender to move or see if we can kill it and prevent dispel attempts, at least from that one. So we're thinking about some of that. Oh, and I'm sorry, I haven't been showing all the stuff I've been sending. It's all like fire gems to Kailasa, blood slaves to Hinnom, and mostly just combat gear. So like Boots of the Messenger, endless bags of wine, thug gear. So little dragon helmets, fire plates, occasionally something fancy. I'm going to start making hell swords here soon. And yeah, and then I'm also making a fair amount of earth and astral gear that I can equip these guys with because they have interesting cross paths for stuff that I have reasonably high incomes in. So I can do a lot of forging there. But yeah, so it's nothing crazy. It's really basic thug kits so we can kind of mass produce thug stuff is what I'm focusing on right now. All right. So I think that's it for turn 54. And I think I will call it there. And next time we can find out how Nexus went. So this episode was pretty quiet, but I'm sure the big fights will start up again soon. Thanks, and have a good one.